So when you're driving the equivalent of a gigantic metal and glass brick down the road, eventually what's going to happen is you're going to have a rock strike your windshield, and that's what happened to me. Unfortunately, it was not in an area that I could look past. It was right in front of my nose, and it was pretty substantial. Plus, I could see that it was already starting to spread. And one of the things you have to make sure that you do is, as quickly as possible, you could take the vehicle in and get it professionally taken care of, or you could do it yourself. I opted to do it myself. I went to my local hardware and I picked up Permatex windshield repair. It was about $16. Let's see if it works. If it does, it's going to save me a trip to the shop. All right, one of the first things you have to do is you're provided with this little thumbtack, and you can clean this area out if there's any pieces of glass that appear to be unconnected. All right. Another thing that I like to do is I like to place like some paper toweling under here, because you're going to get some leakage of the resin, and you don't want it to get all over the rest of your windshield or onto your windshield wiper blade. All right, now I'm going to take the alcohol swab, clean this area, and let it dry. Another thing that's very important is you want to make sure that you're doing this at the beginning in the shade, because you don't want the windshield to be too warm at this point. All right, next what we're going to do is we're going to take this adhesive disc, take the backing off of one side, like that, and then with the tab facing upward, aim it at the target, like that. Make sure that it is tight. So I'm going to go back around the back side of it and remove that piece of paper that's there to make it easier for you to see, so I can make sure that there are no bubbles. All right, you want to get a good seal. Next, you should be able to take the other part. You should be able to effortlessly, there we go, remove this layer. Next, what you have to do is you have to put this pedestal onto here. Line it up as best as possible. That's pretty good. And also make sure that that is on solidly. I cut the tip of this off way away from the Jeep because I didn't want to spray it anywhere. And what you're going to do is you're going to put about 2/3 or so directly into here. So you put it into there, and you guess. All right, that's in there. Save this because you'll need it. Then, with the top all the way down, place this into there. Firmly. Now you have to create a vacuum. So this part actually twists, and it allows you to pull this up to there. There. Turn, 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 and it should hook. Theoretically, it should hook. There we are. All right. That creates a vacuum, and that's what we're looking for. Leave it like this for, you might see bubbles. Leave this for 10 to 20 minutes. All right, it's been about 15 minutes. I watched a little bit of the Tour de France. Now what you do is you're going to remove this from the pedestal. All right. That's going to allow air into there, and then what you do is you put it back in. There's already air in there, and then twist this so it moves. Press it all the way down. There we go. Now we're going to leave this sit for about 20 minutes. Next, I'm going to remove the syringe right there, making sure not to spill any of it. Then I'm going to have to remove this with the razor. There we go. right there. Nice and gently and safely. Because I like this finger. Okay. Now what you want to do is make sure you remove any excess. Now already, I don't know if you can see that, it looks a lot better. Now, for the final stage, you actually add a little bit of this and your curing strip. All right. Just a little extra. That's my favorite part. Then put that on nice and solidly so there are no bubbles. This is what it looks like currently. You can use the back dull end of the razor to make sure there aren't any bubbles in there by sweeping back and forth. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to back the Jeep into the sunlight, and it should be able to cure within 15 or 20 minutes if it's sunny, which it all of a sudden turned out not to be sunny, and otherwise it's going to take a little bit longer. The sun came out, so now what we're going to do is remove this, and then any areas, and you'll see them, you can't possibly, any areas here of excess paste we'll get rid of. And then we'll take a look at it and see what it looks like from both the inside and the outside. You can already tell it's a lot better, at least I can from here.